Hey folks, and welcome to Christian Martial Arts Ministries Taekwondo's third video in the Poomse series. Today we are going to be talking about Tae Geuk Som Chong, which is the third form in the Tae Geuk series. Tae Geuk Som Chong, the ancient philosophy of this form is fire and sun, and the form focuses a lot on a combination of techniques, and it introduces the T stance. We will be talking about, mostly in this video, combinations, the way to frame combinations to make them look more powerful, and the way to make those not seem slurred. And we'll also be talking about the transition from T stance to square stance, as well as a few other neat things that I think you can take out of Tae Geuk Som Chong. I'd also like to very quickly say a big congratulations to everyone that participated in the USCDK's national tournament that happened this last weekend. To everyone that participated, it was online. Superfoot Bill Wallace was there. Fantastic opportunity is from the things that I've heard. And then a very special congratulations to one of our very own, Mr. Hughes, my student, one of the students at Christian Martial Arts Ministries, came back with 2 first places and a second place medal, so big congratulations to Mr. Hughes. Hopefully we'll be doing some videos on this channel in the near future. Last but not least, if you have not yet, please do like this video and then subscribe to our channel. Once again, to those who have asked me, if you would like to get notifications of when we post videos, click on the little bell button right next to the subscribe button. It'll give you a drop-down menu. You just want to click receive all notifications or notify me when a video is posted, and it will let you know when we post things to this channel. So those of you that have been asking me, Paxton, how do we get to see all of your videos when you post them? That's the way to do it. So without further ado, let's get into Tae Geuk number 3, Tae Geuk Som Chong. So, like I mentioned before, Tae Geuk Som Chong is one of those forms that starts to introduce some new concepts, going from Tae Geuk Il Chong to Tae Geuk I Chong. There's not a whole lot of large transition. It's a lot of similar movements, just the stances get changed. They introduce some reverse techniques that maybe don't get brought up a lot in the first form. The third form is where things start to get a little interesting. There are a lot more combinations, and the T stance is introduced. So I'm going to get started working through this form. I'm going to start from the beginning like I've been doing, and every time I get to somewhere that I think we need to pause, I'll pause and talk about it. So without further ado, let's get started really quick on Tae Geuk Som Chong. So first and foremost, as usual, bow, and should be to begin the form. Hey! First things first, we're going to turn to the left, and we're going to start just the same way we started all the forms in the past. A nice walking stance, low block. Next technique, front snap kick into a double punch. So this is where we're going to stop. We're going to take a quick minute to think about this combination. So this is the first time we've ever had a combination of 3 techniques, especially that triple punch. We've had kick punch before. Now we've got kick punch punch, right? Excuse me. When you've got multiple combinations of more than 3, especially when you start having multiple hand combinations, it can get easy to slur those techniques, and that just doesn't look great. You've got the low block, the front snap kick. If both of your punches are too fast, they're not getting the appropriate amount of, I guess, emphasis and respect that each technique deserves in the form. That's something we talked about in Tae Geuk I Chong, and it's something that you really need to emphasize as we go through Tae Geuk Som Chong, right? So we've got that first, hey, low block, front snap kick. The double punch, the timing needs to be correct on the first one. That's what's going to get you all of your, the first initial snap of the first punch. And that's going to be the way to distinguish the first punch from the second punch. Because after that snap kick, your first punch can land. Your second punch should be just as powerful as the first, if not more powerful. Because if the first punch has all of that forward momentum coming out of the front snap kick, that second punch does not have that same kind of momentum. So you've really got to amp up the power and the speed of that second punch. They also need to be very, very separate. If you throw your front snap kick and then 2 punches right off the bat, either the first punch or the second punch is going to be shortchanged. Each one needs to be special. Each one needs to have its own flavor. Each one needs to have its own moment in the spotlight. So we'll start from the beginning again, and we'll keep going. Low block, front snap kick, 1, 2. Over here again, low block, front snap kick, 1, 2. Making sure that each one gets its full appeal. Now we're going to come to the front in walking stances again with an inside pseudo block. This is the first pseudo block that we've seen in the Tae Geuks. So what you want is just a nice open-handed block, similar to your inside block, but with the open hand, palm in. A second pseudo block. Now we've got the T stance, right? We'll come out, stepping forward and to the left into this outside pseudo block T stance. Making sure that your T stances are appropriate in this form. You don't want to be standing straight up when you do your T stance, right? This transition from walking stance to T stance, if you don't bend your knees, you're going to end up almost standing straight up, and that's not what you want for a good T stance, right? This transition from walking stance, where both knees are bent a little, to T stance, if your knees don't bend anymore, you're way too high. And that just does not look great in the next technique that's going to follow, which is going to be a side step or a step to the side and reverse punch. You want to make sure you've got a long T stance and that your knees are bent, because the next transition is going to be a side step and a pivot of the back foot. You don't want your head to go from up here to down here, right? That's not a very it's not a very efficient transition, right? You want all of that transition to be found on the back foot. You want to be able to generate lots of power from the pivoting. You don't want to drop into your next technique, right? That doesn't look great unless your intention is to actually drop, which it's not. We still want forward momentum. So we've got inside pseudo block, T stance. Notice how deep and long, I guess, my T stance is. Pseudo block, side step, punch. And that side step, you want to make sure that you're pivoting the back foot. This is something we've talked about for turns, but we've never pivoted from a T stance before in the Tae Geuk forms. So this is something, you've got this nice T stance, you get to side step. As you deliver the last punch, you want this back foot, which is currently facing the front, to snap to the side. And that's going to generate lots of power, speed, and that snap that you see that judges and black belts and whoever's grading your next test or whatever it is that you're doing, that's what they like to see. They like to see that snap. And we'll go again to the side and then snap for that reverse punch. We'll come up to the middle. Again, we're walking stances, inside block, making sure the timing on the way up is still good. You want to make sure in this form, as with all of the others, that as you step, as your foot hits the ground, your technique finishes. You want that whole body movement and then halting all at the same time. Because this is the form, this is where, when I look at students, when I start to see students, if they've got Tae Geuk Il-chung, Tae Geuk I-chung, and Tae Geuk Som Chong, if they're not stopping properly, if they have not got that timing down by the third form, I start to think, okay, maybe this is an issue that we really need to address. Because at this point, at Tae Geuk Som Chong, you should really have that idea of timing starting to solidify. Because it will start to transition into other techniques, like that side step from the T stance. And if you don't have the previous idea from walking stances to square stances, going from T stance to square stance is going to be significantly less effective. So one more time, we're walking up the front. We've done a reverse inside block, step reverse inside block walking stance. We're going to do that 270-degree turn into another walking stance low block. And we're going to keep going as though it was the very beginning of the form. So we've got another front snap kick, boom, boom, double punch. Coming back to the side, low block, front snap kick, punch, punch. Making sure, again, just like in the beginning, each punch gets its own pizzazz. Each punch gets its own spotlight, okay? To finish, oops, I'm sorry, I should be on this hand right here. To finish, we're going to go down the back. This is another set of combinations that gets slurred so often. So please take a moment, watch this set of combinations. I'm going to do it once at regular speed, and then I'll come back and we'll do it a little bit slower. Just take this second to see how my moves are separated here. We're going to go down the back. Hey! Right? That is a set of low block punch, front snap kick, low block punch, front snap kick, low block punch. Alternating feet after each set of combinations, those that I mentioned. So many times I see, low block punch, kick, low block punch, kick, low block punch, and the low block's happening as the front kick is happening, and it's just, like I mentioned, there's a lot of combination work in this form. Combinations should not be slurred. You should not slur combinations. Even when you're sparring, you don't want to slur You want each technique should have its own purpose. Everything should have a purpose. If you low block while you're front kicking, you're almost hurting yourself at that point, right? If I try to low block while I front snap kick, I'm just running into myself. There's really nothing you can block unless you want to check block. That's appropriate, but that's not what we're doing here. This is a low block. So make sure, as we go down the back from this position here at the end of the 6th bar, 7th bar, there we go, 2, 4, 5th bar, my bad, I'm sorry. Come down to this low block, reverse punch, break, right? This is the first combination, we take a break. We go again, low block, reverse punch, break. Front snap kick, low block, waiting until you've got that rechamber on the front kick. I don't know if you can see that. Boom. Reverse punch, right? Then we'll go last one, front snap kick, low block, reverse punch. Again, noticing that I've got the front snap kick first, and then I start the low block after the front snap kick has been delivered and my rechamber is already rechambered, right? That's when I start my hands up for the low block and then deliver the low block. So I'm going to do the whole form one more time up to what I think proper performance speed should look like. Keep in mind, again, watch how the combinations get split up. Watch how I take moments for the combination of moves to each give them their own flavor. And then keep an eye on the power from that T-stance transition from the outside pseudo block to the reverse punch. Let's see Tae Geuk Som Chong, full speed. Tae Geuk Som Chong. Well, all right, that is Tae Geuk Som Chong. I hope you guys found this form as a whole to be as enjoyable as I find it. This is personally one of my favorite forms in the early Tae Geuk series, mainly because of the combinations found within it and the ability to generate lots of snap, a lot of crisp lines, and a lot of opportunity to generate lots of power to frame the body in a way that is very appealing to audience members, and graders as well. If you have any questions, if there's anything in this form that you think I maybe should have covered that I didn't, or things as you watch the form that maybe I did incorrectly, or something that maybe that you learned differently, let me know in the comments. I would really like to hear from you guys. I am always working to improve my martial arts, just the same way that you are. So if there's anything that you think perhaps I could have done better in this video, let me know. I would love to address it in the next video. Just kind of go back and make it a little nicer, clean up some things here and there. If you have any other video ideas, if there's anything else you would like for us to post, please let me know. I don't want to start posting things. I don't want to start any kind of new series or any new topics unless I know that you guys are going to enjoy it. It's something that's going to be useful to you guys. Whatever you guys think, you let me know. I would love to learn new things. I would love to research new topics. I just finished my online physics class for this summer, so I have a whole lot of nothing to do. I'm at home practicing Taekwondo pretty much all the time now. If there's anything that you would like for me to research, if you want me to talk about a topic, if you want me to learn parts of a new martial arts, I am not opposed to that. If there's anything you would like to learn, please let me know. I am here for that. Thank you guys so much. Again, if there's anything that we can do for you as CMM Taekwondo, let us know in the comments. Reach out to us on Facebook. We would love to hear from you guys. We would love to pray for you guys. Whatever you need, we're here for you. And I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Thank you so much, and we're praying for you guys.